Some basic shoulder stabilization exercises. The first one's a row, can be done with a band, a cable, even a dumbbell. If you're using a band like so, you can do 2 arms or 1 arm. Just make sure it's wrapped around a strong base. A little bend in your legs. Make sure you're pulling straight back, and as you pull back, your shoulder blade should be pulling back too or retracting. Make sure it's not elevating or shrugging up. So pulling straight back. Nice and controlled. Again, it can be done with 1 or 2 arms at the same time. That's the first exercise. The next is doing the complete opposite, which is a push. You can do this as a push-up on the ground if you're strong enough, or you can use a Smith machine at the gym. Smith machine is like a rail system with like an Olympic bar, and you can kind of adjust the height. You can set your hands on the bar, and if you imagine the bar is in front of you, as you lower yourself, the bar should be kind of hitting that soft spot in your chest area, just below you, kind of your sternum. Nice and controlled. None of these movements should cause too much discomfort, so if that's too much range of motion to begin with and it's uncomfortable, just do a partial range. And just like the row, you gotta make sure that your shoulders don't lurch up and you're not dropping your head too much. So you wanna maintain good spinal posture the whole time. Next is scaption or shoulder flexion type movement. So you're lifting up, go as high as you can go, and then come down. You can also make a slight deviation where I say you're visualizing that you're making like a piece of pizza and kind of going to the side, and then coming down nice and controlled, or you can just do the flexion movement where you're kind of going out or up straight in front of you. Make sure, just like on the other ones, that you're not shrugging too much. You don't want to make it too much of a shrug movement as you lift up. You want to keep your shoulders relatively in a down position. Next one, you can use with a ball, or you can do it just by leaning forward. The first one's called a T, and the next one's called a Y. So you can bend forward at the waist, so your torso is relatively flat to the ground, arms in front of you, and squeezing your shoulder blades, keeping your elbows pretty straight. And again, just like all the other ones, making sure that you're not over shrugging. You want to visualize that you're squeezing the muscles between your shoulder blades, just like so. You can make this more challenging by the more you bend over, or if you put some dumbbells in your hands, or if you have a band. So that's a T. The next, same position, is a Y, where you're going up and forming a Y. This is usually more of the challenging exercise for most people. You just want to make sure, again, that you're not over shrugging, lifting your shoulder blades up too high on these exercises. And those should form a good foundation. I like building muscular endurance, so 12 to 25 reps. None of these should cause discomfort. Start with 1 set, 2 days a week. If that's tolerable and not too uncomfortable, you can increase that to doing 2 sets. And after you've gotten comfortable with that, you can add an additional day, so you're doing it 3 days a week. But you want to make it as challenging as you can for yourself without causing any discomfort or pain. If you start feeling a lot of pain and discomfort, either back off the range of motion, back off the resistance, or maybe stop it that day and then go back to it a couple days later when you're feeling better. See if you can go a couple more before the pain stops you. Okay?